We warned you last week that egg thievery was gonna start happening, and sure enough, it has. I'm not shocked. Are you?
No, not even a little.
Yeah. Well, the owner of a Seattle restaurant was a little shocked because two men um, basically broke into his restaurant and stole a bunch of stuff out of the walk in refrigerator at 3 a.m. Okay.
Oh,
The men are estimated to have taken 540 eggs, as well as other breakfast items, from the Luna Park Cafe in Seattle. Okay. The poor cafe owner said he arrived at the restaurant within 15 minutes of being notified that the alarm was tripped, and his landlord even called him to tell him something's not right at his restaurant. When he got there, he noticed a white van with two guys stealing stuff, including eggs, from the walk in that's located inside the restaurant. When he tried to stop them, they kind of scrambled into their car and fled. Yes, this article was full of egg puns, and I had to leave that one in there. Um, so the absolutely crazy thing. So the owner, the guys take off, da da da. So he goes back inside and he goes to his alarm footage, like the cameras,
yeah.
and that's when he starts seeing that there's video of the theft, and it shows two men racing back and forth from the walk-in fridge to the white van outside. Here's the kicker, though. That day in Seattle, heavily snowing. So these guys are like trailing through heavy snow back and forth doing this. And then he realizes that this was their second visit of the night. Yeah.
Holy cow.
So the egg thieves originally came to the restaurant. They broke in, they stole just a few things, they left. They waited at least 10 minutes, and then they came back to do the big heist. Okay. So the whole thing's just crazy ridiculous. And of course, the police were called, but because of the heavy snow, they were not able to arrive till like closer to 4:40 a.m. And of course, they were long gone. But the total amount stolen, including the eggs, liquid egg products, bacon, ground beef, blueberries, total of all items, value of $780.
Which I think is a felony. Usually a felony.
Yeah. But I just, like, are we now, like, we've been joking that eggs are liquid gold, right? But, like, is this going to be a thing? And I have not heard any updates from the burglary of the eggs at the Pennsylvania farm, except for the fact the farm has now installed security guards. But who's going to hit the same egg place twice? Oh, wait, the guys in Seattle do it twice.
In one night.
In one night.
Nuts. What do you do with all of that? Like $780 worth of goods is a lot of goods. Like, are you making a solid brunch for like a big family? Do you have your own restaurant and you've just been struggle busting to find your own stuff? Like, what is happening?
Well, okay, so we couldn't figure out what the heck you would do with 100,000 eggs in Pennsylvania.
That part.
I still don't know what you would do with 540 eggs. And these guys, I mean, it's snowing. It's icy roads. How many of these eggs did they break in the back of their van? Unless they had like little seat belts or something. I'm just not seeing this ending well.
I mean, they're normally in larger containers, so it's not like you just got some loosies in there. You know what I mean? Just they're just rolling across, hoping for the best.
I picture the egg drop where they're like taking spoons one at a time across the ice.
You put them between the bacon, so that way the bacon will Maybe that's why they stole the bacon and the blueberries and the ground beef to create like
buffers. Buffers. Yeah. It was all about the eggs. So now, since we've hit both coasts, Pennsylvania and Seattle,
who's next?
Does this make it like a nationwide egg ring?
Maybe. But who's really running the egg ring? Is it the egg companies?
Is it a chicken? Because the chicken wants to come before the egg?
Yeah, it does. watching something the other day that like we had a similar bird flu situation back in like 22, 23, I think. And we
Hmm.
had like a pretty big increase. But like apparently the farmers wrote a letter and was like, hey guys, it's not that bad. We just changed how we did things a little bit and our volume of eggs is about the same. So they're like, so stop letting them think that you're doing this. And then I think they threatened like action from the FTC to like break up the egg companies so that way there would be more competition. And the egg companies were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And they dropped their prices. So like they never even had to move forward with that action. But I guess like maybe they should have. I feel like we're probably being exploited a little bit by this bird flu. I have no doubt that
Yeah.
it's a bird flu.
But I will state that I have read some recent analyst studies that show that if people were still buying the same number of eggs that they have traditionally been buying, we would not be having these shortages. That they're still getting pretty close, within 10% of the same amount of eggs to market. But what's changing is instead of hoarding toilet paper back in 2022,
Yeah,
people are
2020.
now seriously hoarding eggs.
Yeah,
And
I
I
know.
saw too that I really wanted to see if these searches were being done in Pennsylvania because I think it could, line this up. But
Right.
the search for can you freeze eggs is trending on Google. That right there should tell you that people are going out and mass buying tons of eggs because they're scared of shortages, and ding, 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 they are causing these shortages.
Eggs last an absurd amount of time. Like people don't realize like eggs are darn near a month old when you get them. Like
Yes.
the lag time between when you get your eggs and when they're packaged is so far apart. And then they last another month or two in the fridge. Like I have had the same dozen eggs in there for at least a couple of weeks. I might eat them sometime, but like I'm not freaking out like, oh no, my protein. Like
Well, and I can tell you too that those eggs that have been in your fridge for at least a month,
hmm,
those are the best hard boiled eggs because they're easier to peel.
I know. I
So
know.
I'm just saying, I feel like the world has gone extra crazy. Sorry,
Extraordinarily.
it's my last egg pun. So
Mm,
tell us down below, are you in the mood to go, heist some eggs? Or do you think the world's just gone crazy and everybody would settle down? Maybe we could get some egg prices go down and maybe we could stop having these limits because obviously people have gone extraordinarily crazy. I
extraordinary.
I know I missed it, but sometimes you just got to throw in an egg pun. So
Fair.
let us know.